Welcome back to Explaining Everything, the channel where we dive into the stories and mysteries behind everyday things. Today's question comes from one of our curious viewers, Spencer019. You asked, when were chopsticks invented? Now, at first glance, that seems simple. Chopsticks? Just two sticks you use to pick up food. But hold on. These innocent utensils have been around for thousands of years, influenced entire cultures, and turned eating noodles into an Olympic sport of coordination. So buckle up and sharpen your sticks, because today we're diving into the ancient, delicious, and surprisingly philosophical history of chopsticks. Right here on Explaining Everything. Let's travel back, way back. We're talking about China, around 1200 BC. That's 3,000 years ago, when the coolest new tech was bronze and fire and owning a goat. Originally, chopsticks weren't used for eating. Nope! They started as cooking tools, like prehistoric tongs. People used them to stir stews, poke boiling pots, and grab hot chunks of meat without burning their hands. So basically, ancient chopsticks were just the original kitchen multi-tools. Move over, air fryer. But then something happened. A population boom. More mouths to feed. Less firewood to cook big stews. So instead of giant cauldrons and mammoth roasts, people started cutting food into smaller, bite-sized pieces that cooked faster. And guess what tool was perfect for picking up tiny food? That's right, chopsticks. And just like that, humanity's relationship with food and sticks took a very dramatic turn. Now, if you've ever wondered how something becomes a long-standing tradition in East Asia, the answer is usually Confucius. This guy was a big deal. Philosopher, teacher, and apparently the ancient world's top food influencer. Confucius was all about peace, harmony, and not stabbing your dinner with a fork like a barbarian. He believed that using knives at the table encouraged violence and aggression, which is fair. Nothing ruins dinner vibes like your cousin slicing tofu with a sword. So he encouraged the use of chopsticks, peaceful tools for a peaceful meal. And boom! Just like that, chopsticks became not only practical, but also philosophical. They weren't just utensils, they were a statement. From China, chopsticks slowly made their way across Asia like a pair of wooden pioneers. In Japan, chopsticks became more refined. The Japanese version is shorter, pointier, and sometimes comes lacquered with enough shine to blind your lunch date. They even used separate chopsticks for cooking, eating, and offering food to the gods. Fancy! In Korea, they upgraded to metal chopsticks, because why stop at difficult when you can go full expert mode? Korean chopsticks are flatter, heavier, and often paired with a spoon, which is perfect for navigating through kimchi and rice without dislocating your wrist. In Vietnam, chopsticks got longer again and often have a blunt, square end. Practical, elegant, and somehow still impossible to eat slippery noodles if you're hungry and impatient. So while the design evolved, the core idea stayed the same. Eat with sticks. Eat in style. Now, let's talk about that classic East meets West culinary face-off. Chopstick versus fork. Some Westerners look at chopsticks like they're wizard tools. How do you eat rice with these? Well, the answer is sticky rice, not Uncle Ben's fluffy chaos. But while forks stab, chopsticks pinch, It's finesse versus force. And when you think about it, chopsticks train your hand-eye coordination, finger dexterity, and patience. Honestly, using them regularly should count as a workout, or at least a skill you can list on your resume. And here's a fun twist. Chopsticks entered Western pop culture in the 1800s thanks to trade with China and Japan. They became exotic, elegant, and eventually a status symbol in trendy restaurants where people pretended to know how to use them while quietly panicking over their sushi falling apart. Fast forward to today, and chopsticks are everywhere. And I mean everywhere. Disposable wooden chopsticks, reusable bamboo ones, plastic ones, and even collapsible titanium chopsticks for people who say things like minimalist backpacking through the Andes. There are even training chopsticks for kids and chopstick-challenged adults, complete with finger loops and animal faces. No judgment. We all start somewhere. And yes, some people collect fancy chopsticks the way others collect Funko Pops. If that's you, we see you, and we respect you. So, you're feeling confident with your chopstick skills. You're twirling noodles like a pro. Great! But before you stab that last dumpling, let's talk about chopstick etiquette. Because in many cultures, how you use your chopsticks matters. Here's what not to do. Don't stick your chopsticks upright in rice. In many East Asian cultures, this resembles funeral rites. So unless you want to summon awkward ghost vibes, keep those sticks sideways. Don't point at them. It's rude. Just like pointing with fingers, but worse because you're holding weapons. Don't cross them. Bad luck. Also looks like you're trying to perform an exorcism. Don't stab your food. You're eating dumplings, not slaying a dragon. Treat chopsticks with respect, and they'll help you eat with grace. Or at least help you chase that last noodle with less shame. So, what have we learned today? Chopsticks were invented in ancient China over 3,000 years ago, originally as cooking tools. They became popular dining utensils thanks to smaller food and philosophical encouragement from Confucius. Each country has its chopstick style, from Japan's dainty lacquered ones to Korea's shiny, slippery metal version. Chopsticks spread globally, shaped dining cultures, and continue to evolve today. And yes, there is in fact a right way and a wrong way to use them. So maybe don't wave them around like tiny drumsticks. Until next time, eat well, hold your stick steady, and remember, it's not just dinner, it's history. If you like this video, hit that like button and subscribe. Also, if you have suggestions for our next video, feel free to share them in the comments below. We'll be sure to give you an acknowledgement for your contribution. Thank you for tuning in, and join us next time here in the channel that answers all the why, what, who, where, and how questions you've always wondered about, here on Explaining Everything.